in part of the conversation, an actual head coach in the NFL on this show to ask him about a new rule in the NFL, the impact of which we have no idea what it will be. And here we are, a month away from the season. We have no idea what this new kickoff rule is going to be looking like. And guess what? I think we're going to go through the entire preseason still with no idea. Because as Doug Peterson just confirmed, what we saw in the Hall of Fame game before it got called off due to the weather is a whole lot of nothing. I don't think, because there are a ton of ways that special teams can exploit this new kickoff rule to their advantage. And there's a lot of smart people in special teams rooms in the NFL. I don't think anybody's going to show a single hand.
No.
Okay?
Not until it counts.
Coach Taub, who Devin Hester shouted out at the Hall of Fame during his speech because he was his special teams coach back in his heyday. He's the special teams coach in Kansas City. This weekend against Jacksonville, I will predict they will show you bupkis. Dick bupkis. They will show you. You know, just to use a football phrase, even though it really isn't one. Bottom line, I don't think you're going to see anything. And Sean McVay had this to say about the new kickoff rule in advance of him, I'm assuming, showing you nothing until they take on the Lions on a Sunday night.
It just feels weird. I mean, it doesn't look like anything that has been anything I've been familiar with football. And I know the intent is right, and we'll try to figure it out. And I know everybody that's been involved in that has their intentions in the right place, but it's a very foreign-looking play, and ultimately there's however, we feel about it, we've got to be able to adjust and make sure that we adapt, and it can be something that's an advantage to us. And we'll continue to really put our heads together with Chase and Chili Davis and with John Stryker and figure out what's the best way to execute that phase so that it can be beneficial for our team. But I think we also need to probably have some fluidity with it if there are adjustments as we go. But when you see it against some other teams, it's one thing to work it against each other. But when you see it against some other teams, there'll be a lot that we can really dive into with the film. That's what I mean by interesting.
I don't think he's terribly into this idea.
Nope. Not a ringing endorsement.
The intent is, again, to make things safer. Because you've got one team lined up 10 yards. The teams are lined up 10 yards apart, and they can't start to move until the ball
I don't know. I
enters
yes
the area,
and no,
the kicking area.
Agree with that.
And again, all you got to do is just pop through that mosh pit that's just 10 yards apart, which is only about probably 20, 25 yards in front of whoever catches the ball, unless they kick it through the end zone. Because as Sean Payton points out, if the 30-yard line is where you place the ball in a touchback, teams will, if you're going to see more returns based off of this, teams will say take the 30.
Yep.
At the end of the game, you're going to just see more touchback. Just take the 30. It's better than you getting the ball on the 50. Or scoring.
Or a touchdown. Yeah, exactly.
Right? Like, certainly if you're up by a score, like a touchdown, and the other team needs a touchdown to tie, just take it on the 30. I'll play defense and say you got to go 70 yards to win it.
Absolutely.
So he thinks that it would be a better choice for the NFL to right now make a rule change right now when they're meeting. I think the membership is meeting one more time in August. Right now, say it's the 35. That 5 extra more yards might be more costly and make a team think and kick the ball off. Because that's the intent, is to put is to keep the return in the game, but also make it safer. Catch the Rich Eisen Show every single day on the Roku channel, 12 to 3 Eastern, for free.